We are Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix.
So did you have a good day yesterday?
You know what? Yes, I didn't take a nap, which is a big deal for me. I waste my day because I'm so tired. It's a vicious cycle. Thank you. But I still feel like this is all I got done, even without a nap.
You're like, even all this time, I still accomplished nothing.
Yes, I'm like, how? Lord help me.
Well,
What about you?
I mean, yes and no. It was a good day because a milestone was hit, but it was a bad day because I lost at parenting yesterday real hard.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened?
Well, I'm just going to play the audio and let Justin tell you for himself.
Oh my God, that is so cute.
Yeah, but now he's saying dad. I'm the one that's with him 95% of the time. I'm the one that gets up in the middle of the night. I love my little guy more than anything on the planet, but he's saying dad and only dad. Like, if you just leave him there alone for like 2 seconds, you'll just hear him from the other room, dad, 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 dad. I'm like, you're not calling for dad. I know you're not calling for dad. How dare you?
Hey, baby Justin, what was that? Who's your favorite? Okay.
No, don't you do this to me.
You sure you don't mean mama? Hold on. What was that?
I've been sitting there literally in his face. Mom. And he's like, dad, 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 dad. I'm like, you know what? I know that this is like the easiest one. And they say that's the one they're going to say first, but it doesn't hurt any less.
I'm going to pay your husband, James, a good amount of money if he'll start saying Uncle Joe.
And so he says Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe.
He says Mom.
Uncle Joe.
You're just going to get a recording of yourself, Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe.
Well, you know what? That is the cutest thing I've heard, but I'm sorry it comes at your expense.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, I don't want to say that I lost parenting, but I feel like I lost a little bit yesterday. And I'm happy for my husband, but he seems to just not even like be fazed by the fact that the only words my son says are dad, dad, dad. I know he doesn't know what he's saying. I know we're at that age where he's just making noises.
Is that what they're saying in the mommy groups?
That's what they say. They say within a year they don't really know what they're saying, so you shouldn't take it personally. But I'm taking it personally.
I'm kind of curious if you want to call 616-600-0957 or DM us inside the Mix 95.7 app. You could also, too, we have this new thing in our app. You click on it, you can send us a voice memo, like a voice message. I want to know, in your household with your kids, who got the win? Was it mama or was it
dad? Yeah, also, and oh gosh, I'm just glad his first word wasn't a 4-letter word because I really thought it was possible, and I'm just really happy it's dad, dad, not something I can't say without the FCC coming after us.
Listen up, James. If you get that audio, we'd love to play it on the radio, too.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
Why can't cool stuff like this ever happen to us? On Tuesday, the staff at Frederick Meyer Gardens and Sculpture Park welcomed their 15th millionth visitor since it opened almost 30 years ago.
That is insane. Like, I know a ton of people go every year, but 15 million is such a huge number.
Sarah Lena and her brother Michael, they're from Arkansas and had never been to Michigan before. They were actually visiting with their Uncle Wayne, who lives up in Rockford. So, what did the 15th millionth visitor get? They're given a gift basket and free tickets.
Hey, I mean, honestly, you can't ask for much more unless they were to be like, listen, the butterfly's in today, so if you want to take a couple home with you, you can.
Has anybody ever had a thing where like they were the special visitor? I've always just remember like growing up TV shows and movies just seeing like confetti and cannons going off. You're like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I really thought that was all made up and no one actually got to be one of those. Because like, how do you really know? But that's so cool that they actually did it here at the Meyer Garden. Speaking of things that are awesome, tonight the Grand Rapids Griffins are heading into Game 2 of the AHL Central Division semifinals, and the Griffins are up 1-0 to the Rockford Ice Hogs. Yeah, I know. What a silly name. But they are going to roast them literally on Friday, which is kind of fun. At the Brick Plaza on Fulton Street, they're going to have a pig roast, which is kind of fun because it's like ice hogs. We're going to roast a pig, so you'll be able to get pork sandwiches and stuff. And I think that's
you got
really
me
fun.
now. Okay.
And they're pulling all stops for both of the games tonight and Friday. They're going to have $2 beer and hot dog night tonight and Friday, not just Friday. So totally makes it worth coming out.
I can't wait. I'm going to the game tonight. If you see me, please say hello. It'll be fun.
And make sure you grab one of those those playoff rally towels for me because they're going to be giving those out. And if you could snag me an extra one because I can't go, that would be super cool.
And for your final need to know news story, we're headed to North Carolina where this is straight out of a horror movie. A 3-year-old girl told her mom, there's monsters in my bedroom wall. Turns out there were 60,000 bees.
No, absolutely not. This is a nightmare.
We are finally getting into my daughter's room. There are some bees on the ground. There's just bees everywhere. They're like little landmines because they can still sting you when dead. This is going to be a long process. She hasn't been able to use any of her toys or anything. We're going to have to open up the wall actually to get some of the electric repaired. And yes, I can still hear buzzing going on in the wall.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'd be traumatized. Like I would have to live in a different house if I was that kid.
Have you ever had an animal in the wall of your house before?
I think we did before, but it was like a squirrel. Remember we talked about it on air when Lindsay was with us?
That's right. No, I had the same bird get into my wall like 4 times when I lived in an apartment because there was like a hole in the roof somewhere.
Yeah.
So he would like fly down and get stuck in between 2 of my walls to the point that they had to like cut a hole in the wall. The bird flew around the house. It was a whole thing. So I feel for this family because I can't even imagine the amount of construction that has to go around getting 60,000 bees out of your house.
Yeah, just burn the house down.
Yeah, I think you give up and move away at that point.
That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
You know, I didn't think you could get trapped inside your own home until 2 days ago. Hey, we're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
Wait, did you say trapped outside of your home?
No, inside my own home. So, you know, my husband, James, very smart, wonderful, capable man, raises our kid. He's a stay-at-home dad right now. He does a great job at everything. But the other day, he did something so ridiculous that I still am reeling from it. He went upstairs to do something. He has his TikTok account, and so sometimes he'll go weird places to record videos in order to get quiet audio because we have a little guy who is just about 6 months old, and I'm going to be honest, Justin makes a ton of weird random noises, so it's kind of hard to do anything productive when he's around.
Yeah, you don't want him in the background.
Yeah, doing that. So, long story short, James goes upstairs and is like, hey, I'm going to go record a TikTok. I'll be back in a few minutes. I was like, cool, it's fine. So Justin and I are hanging out in the playpen downstairs, having a good time. And it's quiet for a while. And then suddenly I hear what sounds like a cop knock, just like a... And I'm like, what was that? So, like, I pick up the baby. I'm super annoyed. It's 3 p.m. And I'm like, if somebody's knocking on my door when I could have a sleeping baby, I'm going to throw this baby at him because I get so mad about that already. Mm-hmm. And so I walk to the front door. No one's there. Nothing to be found. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Tulip's very perturbed. Our dog, like, everything's a little off. So then I walk back into the middle of the hallway, which is kind of the center of the house near the stairwell. And I hear, help! Help! And I'm like, what is happening? And I think my husband's been injured the way he's frantically screaming. Yeah. You know, he's just like, help, help. And so I follow his voice. I'm like, what is wrong? And he's like, I'm stuck. Excuse me, you're stuck?
Did he like try to crawl under the bed or something, or a dresser?
I was like, are you stuck hanging? Like, I'm expecting to walk up to the top of the stairs and find him like hanging halfway out a window or something, like something terrible. Because I'm like, what do you mean you got stuck? There are like 3 places. Are you halfway down the laundry chute? What have you done? No, he had gone into the master bedroom closet and closed the door behind himself, which has knobs on it, whatever. But he closed the door behind himself to try to get good audio in there. But then he didn't realize that the inside of the door handle does not work because it's not intended to be opened from the inside. And he trapped himself inside our closet. Very R. Kelly of him, I'm aware.
I know. Trapped in a closet.
I don't think
James is trapped in a closet.
I don't think that's what he meant when he wrote those songs. But yeah, my husband trapped himself in a closet.
Oh my gosh.
He sent me a series of text messages I didn't see because I was paying attention to the baby. Because if I've got the baby, I'm not looking at my phone. So it's just like I had all these text messages. Help, help, help. I'm stuck in the closet. I didn't see it.
James, just come out of the closet. It's okay.
It's okay. It's 2024. We'll love you the way you are.
Do you like ever imagine, because that's what as you're telling me that story, I'm like, thank God that this is when you were home at 3 p.m. and him not trying to do like a TikTok at like 9 a.m. or something.
Oh yeah, and the baby had been trapped outside or something. I mean, yeah, I absolutely had that thought. And I also had the thought of like, you are the only human on the planet that could possibly find a way to get trapped inside of a closet inside your own home. You didn't wander into someone else's house. You're not in a store. You're not in a weird building. You literally trapped yourself in your own bedroom closet.
Yeah, that's a special skill. 616-600-0957. Have you ever gotten trapped somewhere, like actually inside of your home? I mean, God, how long were you there for too if it actually happened?
Or even someone else's home. You went somewhere else, thought you found a bathroom, you found a closet. I don't know, man. I genuinely think my husband is a very smart, well put together person. But after Monday, I'm a little concerned.
You got some questions?
I got some questions, and I'll share the screenshots up on my on the Big Joe and Laura Instagram account. If you do not believe me, I will put them all up there right now so you can have the receipts. Again, have you been stuck somewhere or trapped somewhere you didn't mean to be? 616-600-0957.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Please welcome back for the second day in a row, representing Door, it's Josh.
Good morning, Josh. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
Not bad. I'm a little nervous because you are now competing for the highest amount of Michigan Lottery jackpot tickets that we have had to date, $65. So if you win, you walk away with that. If you lose, it builds more, and we'll see how it goes. So good luck. Godspeed, my friend.
All right, go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio so you can get your hands on this money.
Get out of here.
All right, go on.
All right, when that door closes, I'll give you question number 1. Here we go. Haley Williams is the singer for this band that has hits such as Still Into You, Misery Business, and Ain't It Fun?
Pass.
Question 2. What movie features a young boy who can see dead people?
6 Sense.
Question 3. The Mirrorball Trophy goes to the winner of this dance show competition.
Dancing with the Stars.
Question number 4. Which Michigan city is known for its large Dutch population and windmills?
Holland.
Question number 5. Let It Go is a popular song from what movie?
Frozen.
And question number 1 again. Haley Williams is the singer for this band that has hits such as Still Into You, Misery Business, and Ain't It Fun?
I'm going to say Pussycat Dolls, but it's not it. No.
All right, I'm going to bring Laura in.
Laura! La, 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 Laura!
Okay, Laura's making her way in. Let's see what happens today. Laura, highest jackpot we've had for this game, and it could be going even higher because there's a shot for you to win. Josh
Okay.
from Door got 4 out of 5 correct.
Oh, but it's still going to be a hard chance to win, so I got to go perfect in order to win.
Let's see how it goes, Laura. Your first question is this. Haley Williams is the singer for this band that has hits such as Still Into You, Misery Business, and Ain't It Fun?
She was my hero when I was younger. That would be Haley Williams.
I know.
Oh, Paramore. Sorry.
You got so caught up in your hero, you're like, forgot the question.
Like, yeah, it's Haley Williams. No, Paramore. Paramore's her band.
That is correct. 1-0, Laura, with the lead. Question 2. What movie features a young boy who can see dead people?
The Sixth Sense?
I think you said The Sixth Sense.
Yes.
It's like a tongue twister, but
Yes.
that is correct. You
I was
both
trying
got
to
that
remember
right.
if it was the Fifth or the Sixth Sense because I hate that movie
Fifth
so
Sense?
much.
Oh, boy.
Smell.
I can
Smell
smell
Italian.
them. I smell dead people. Okay, 2-1 going into question number 3. The Mirrorball Trophy goes to the winner of this dancing show competition.
There's only one dancing show I know of, so let's go with Dancing with the Stars.
That is correct, Laura. You have a 3-2 lead going into question 4. What Michigan city is known for its large Dutch population and windmills?
That would be the home of Tulip Time, which kicks off this week, Holland.
That is correct, Laura. You are leading now 4-3 going into question 5. Let It Go is a song from what movie?
Frozen.
Wow, that annoying song paid off for you, and it's a song Josh will have to live with because he only got 4 right. Laura, you got 5. You win.
Josh, I'm so sorry.
Congrats. That's okay.
But you did so well.
Hey, Josh from Door, you know what you have to do, right? Because you lost.
Yes. This is Josh from Door, and Laura Can't Lose.
If you want to be like Josh, you want to play Laura Can't Lose, you can give us a call right now at 616-600-0957.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
We recently told you about the golf simulators that are coming to downtown Grand Rapids, right actually next to our building. Now there's a new concept that's going to bring year-round golf and pickleball to GR's west side. Pickle and Pin's going to be located at 662 Leonard Street. They're going to offer a bar and a pro shop. It's going to have 3 private VX golf simulators. That sounds cool. And they're also going to have 3 indoor pickleball courts in the back. This is kind of going to be like a country club. There's going to be a membership-based fee. So they're trying to make it accessible for people, but kind of building community where people will come back and are part of it.
So you kind of pay your Netflix fee and you get to play all the pickleball you want, I guess. That's kind of cool.
Exactly. They're hoping to be open in late October or early November, which the weather around here, that sounds like perfect timing.
Absolutely. Speaking of fun you can have inside, Dave & Buster's is going to start letting customers gamble on arcade games.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for example, you and a friend could jump in on one of those car racing games and put $5 down on who wins, which I feel like this is the way I'm going to make some side money.
How are you going to make money? What are you going to play?
Skee ball. Let me tell you, if you see me hustling kids for money on the skee ball, leave me alone. I got formula to pay for.
Oh, I bet I could beat you at skee ball.
No way. We'll find out soon, though, because they are rolling it out over the next few months at all 223 of their locations. So that means we will have it here in Grand Rapids soon. And you'll need to be a loyalty member, but I mean, you have to anyway in order to use the app and all the stuff. So they're planning to limit how much you can wager. They haven't said what that is, so I don't think you're going to be able to put $500 down on skee ball necessarily.
I could just see a dad like, all right, kids, let's go.
Yes. Listen, Daddy's got to buy another one of those Jolly Rancher shots from the bar. You better get it together. But they do say that they expect the average bet to be around $10. So don't expect to be doing some big game betting there. But honestly, I think this is fun and I can't wait to hustle some people.
And your final need to know news story takes us to Phoenix, Arizona, where a pest control beekeeper was the hero at the Dodgers Diamondbacks game.
A bee colony that has established a foothold high atop the backstop behind home plate, and thus we remain in a bee delay, and the bees began swarming, and obviously that's an issue. Blue Sky Pest Control is on their way. The beekeeper made his way, a grand entrance onto the field here at Chase Field. He was greeted by a standing ovation by the fans here.
I thought I was here to just take care of a bee problem, and people were pretty hyped up. It's pretty cool.
I love that they gave him a standing ovation for coming out on the field. Like, that's the energy. You know, you can't do anything about it. The least you can do is be in good spirits when it's being fixed.
That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. We are Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. If there's ever something you might have said about your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, like, why? Why, for the love of God, why do they do that? Things you just don't understand. Lindsay says it all the time, and I don't have answers to it. We would like to try to answer those questions and hear what they are. 616-600-0957. For example, I just don't understand this about the opposite sex. I'm not even knocking it. I just don't get it. I don't understand any ladies or dudes, I guess, that have their nails like extensions or press-ons that are long, that get like more than just the normal thing of a nail.
Are you talking about like the nails I currently have right now that are a little bit pointed that are technically added on to?
Yeah, I feel like you could be in Black Panther right now.
I could not.
Or you could be Catwoman.
No, I could not. They're a short almond shape for ladies out there that want to see. Or but medium, I guess. It's a little longer than I wanted, but they're still not like, I can't like claw you with them.
Yeah, but they still extend out past your finger.
Well, I mean, do they not look nice?
Yeah.
No, you answered the question correctly. Do they not look nice, Joe?
To me, no, I don't like them at all. I'm sorry.
You're such a jerk.
No, it's not. I don't like it on anybody.
I spent almost $100 on these, Joe. What do you mean you don't like my nice nails I got done for my weekend out?
No, they are nice nails, but if Lindsay did that, I would pay her to take them off.
Are you serious? So you don't like them at all? See, my husband loves my nails only because they're way better for scratching his back. Because I don't have like the insanely long nails. I get why you're asking about the insanely long nails.
I have so many questions. Like, how do you type? How do you drive a car? How do you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, no, my thing is, how do you use your cell phone? Because I've had slightly longer nails before because like the nails tech sometimes will be like, no, we're doing this. And you're like, okay. Because I'm not an assertive person. So if you tell me this is what you're doing with my nails, that's what you're doing with my nails. I'm not going to fight you. But there's been times when I've tried to like text and like my nails get in the way to where I can't text anymore.
See, that's
so
what
I don't understand how people do that.
616-600-0957. That's 616-600-0957. If you have a question about the opposite sex, you're like, I don't understand it. We'll try to answer it. Laura,
okay.
You got anything?
I do. I don't understand why men can't find anything when we tell you where it is. Like when I'm like, hey, that item is on the top shelf next to the glass. why you just suddenly your eyes stop working and you have no ability to find the item, even if I am painfully descriptive about where it is.
I think it's because we're under the gun because you're like, well, find it. But then the other thing too is I think men and women's brains are just different.
See, I've never put my husband specifically under the gun. I've never been like, yeah, I have to find it. But like, he'll text me and be like, hey, I can't find this thing of the baby. It's like, oh, I can't find, his sleep sack, or I can't find this certain bottle or something. And I'll be like, oh, it's upstairs. Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, I've left a bottle somewhere, like a bottle that's ready to be made. And I'm like, hey, there's a dry bottle on the table in the nursery where you change him. And he'll be like, I couldn't find it. And I'm like, there's only one table in the whole room. Like, what do you mean you couldn't find it? It's sitting right there in the open. Do your eyes not work?
What's something the opposite sex does that you're like, what? Why do they do that? Can somebody explain it to me? Well, let's try to do that. 616-600-0957. Call right now. Be part of the show. 616-600-0957. We are the Big Joe and Laura show on Mix 95.7, and we are just trying to figure out these answers that we need about the opposite sex. Things that they do we just don't get.
Yeah, anytime you think, why do all women do this? Or why do all men do this? We would love to answer that question for you, or at least try to figure it out as a group. You can always give us a call at 616-600-0957.
I just don't understand how like ladies are able to keep long fingernails. I mean, even though I don't like them in general, I don't understand how you're able to go about your everyday life and not break them off every time.
Because we're fabulous and we look nice and we work around it so we can look nice for ourselves. It's not for you.
Oh, can I ask another question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why is it then also that most ladies seem to leave hair in the shower on the wall? That I do not understand that.
No, don't blame me for that one. I don't do that one. It grosses me out. But when I lived in the dorm, that was definitely a whole thing. And I can't answer that one for you. I wish I could. But I would also like to know, why do men feel the need to explain things to me like I'm not already smarter than them on the topic sometimes? Like, I can't tell you how many times some guy has tried to explain my own car to me or video games to me or something else that I like, building computers, things I can do very easily by myself. And some guy's like, oh, don't you worry. That's your timing belt. No, it's not. My car doesn't even have. Get out of here. Go away. Go. Go.
Oh, that's so cute, Laura. I'll explain more to you later on. 616-600-0957. What is something you just don't understand about the opposite sex? I love that our coworker Wendy actually heard this topic and called in. Wendy, why don't you tell us something the opposite sex does that you just don't get?
I don't get how they can't consistently get all of their pee into the toilet. Why is there always a drop on the floor? Why?
I'm guessing this comes from your partner, right?
Yes, my situationship, my long-term relationship. Yeah, after living with a man for 15 years, this is something that has perplexed me pretty much the entire time.
So have you tried to like point it out or do anything about it? Or is this just like one of those never-ending problems?
It's just one of those things that exists. Like, I don't think that it's worth bringing up because I'm sure that there's a million things that I do that he doesn't get either.
Okay, Joe, as our representative of the male gender, why can't you pee in the toilet properly?
Well, I mean, unless you sit down to do that, there's really not much we can do. You know how you shut your hose off like outside, like you're spraying something, and you turn it? It kind of loses like just that little bit of power, and there's nothing you can do. Like, you can't have it go back, and so just a little bit will dribble out.
Why can't you guys sit down? That's my question here. Why can't you sit down? Like we do it. If I mean, technically, I could stand up and pee. It just would go everywhere, just like it does with you. So why don't you sit down?
I can't speak for every man. I'm not saying the Lord bless me because he certainly didn't down there. But I mean, trying to get all that into that area where it needs to be, it may not necessarily fit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Some stuff might hit the water. I mean,
God, no, Joe, no.
You asked the question. I'm trying to explain it.
Oh, God. Okay.
I've learned way more about you than I ever wanted to know today, Joe.
Wendy, you opened a can of worms. I appreciate you have a valid question, but now I have so many answers I didn't want that I don't think I wanted the question asked to start.
Well, I'm glad we brought this topic up.